is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the WWE and why I think it's failing, and if it continues to do what it's doing now, it is going to die in the future. Basically, you guys can say I'm complaining about this in this video like all wrestling fans do. They only complain, blah blah blah. You guys can say that, but no. If you think complaining about something so there can be a change is a bad thing, then I don't know what you guys are thinking. Because if we don't say there's something bad with the product, there's something wrong with the product will not change. We will continue to get this pile of shit every Monday Night Raw and every pay-per-view. Like, I can't stand for it. I love the WWE, and I'm not going to be here just watching it go to complete shit, you know? I'm going to say my opinion, and hopefully others can say theirs, and hopefully WWE can see this and say, damn, we got to change something. But me complaining doesn't even mean anything. You know what else means something? The ticket sales, the ratings, and also the merchandise sales. They are all dropping. So the WWE can see this with their own eyes. Roadblock couldn't even sell tickets. That is sad. Anyways, let's see the reason and let's see what is wrong with everything in the company. Let's talk about it. Alright, so basically in this video, I'm going to be bringing up Raw more than Smackdown because Raw is terrible. Smackdown isn't that bad, it's good, but it still needs improvement. But Raw is, oh my god. The first episode of Raw after the draft was hella good. I was like, this is what I want. This is the new era I want to see every week. I was excited. I thought this was going to be the thing we see every week, but no. They gave us something so amazing, something so beautiful, and then the next week they gave us something that was not so good. And then the next week, something else that was even worse than that week. And then it kept getting worse and worse and worse. There was no progression. There was more digression, if that's a word. I hope it is. But yeah, Smackdown, like I said, on the other hand, has been entertaining. The first Smackdown wasn't good for some reason, but then they just kicked it up a notch and came out of nowhere and giving us great storylines. So basically, Raw is going to be the focus point of this video. Alright, the first thing we have to talk about is how Vince McMahon is out of touch and needs to retire. I respect the hell out of everything Vince McMahon has put into this company. I really do. Vince McMahon is the backbone of this company. He has taken us through times where we thought we were going to die. The Attitude Era, for example. WCW were beating WWF in the ratings, and everyone was like, this may be the end. But Vince McMahon said, fuck that shit. This guy went all attitude out, bro. He made it like TV14. He brought all these good storylines, all these good matches. That was the peak of wrestling, probably. That was the peak. You had Chris Jericho, Kane, Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H. It was just flooded with amazing talents. And now we have amazing talents, but there's no improvement in the product, which is confusing. The reason why Vince McMahon is out of touch is, number one, his age. Obviously, this man is old and he needs to retire. Another thing with Vince McMahon is the amount of wrestling he has been writing for the past couple of decades shows that he just keeps rinse and repeating stuff. Like, there was the same storyline with them destroying a car. Brock Lesnar destroyed Seth Rollins' car, and the same thing happened with Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. It's just rinse and repeat. We need new storylines. Also, Vince McMahon does not care about wrestling as much as Triple H does. Let's be real. Vince McMahon is all about the story, but if there's no good story, then really, what is he doing for the company to benefit it? You know, I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. And Vince McMahon, like I said, thank you for all of your years. But if you really want to cement your legacy, you have to retire and give it to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. You've done so good for the product, but you're going to end your career just knowing that you destroyed the product. He even admitted it. I saw it somewhere. I'm going to find it. I don't know. I may have read it wrong, but I may have read that he said, I know the product will be better once I leave. If you know that, then you got to leave, sir. Boss, chairman, the man. I'm sorry. Alright, now we're going to talk about how heels are being booked. Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion, is being booked so poorly that it makes me sad, and I just want to take the creative writers and slap them in the face, all of them, just slap them silly, because what are you writing? You are making the heels look like absolute pussies. Kevin Owens, when he first came into the WWE, what did he do? Let's see, not NXT, this is coming from NXT to Raw. He destroyed John Cena. John Cena. You destroyed John Cena, and you look like a monster. He looked like an absolute monster, guys. I'm sorry for my chairs, but yeah. He came and destroyed John Cena, looked like a monster. He beat him. In his debut WWE main roster match, he beat John Cena. But they don't let him beat, let's see, Seth Rollins clean. They don't let him beat Roman Reigns clean. I don't understand. Why? Why don't you let him beat them clean? And you just make him look like a little bitch. Last night at Roadblock, it ended with Roman Reigns losing because of the help of Chris Jericho by DQ to Kevin Owens. And I'm like, all right, these two are going to partner up again. But no. Seth Rollins had to come out. They had to do a double powerbomb to Chris Jericho and then beat up Kevin Owens more and double powerbomb him. Like, what was the point of that? I would have much rather preferred, let's see what's happening. I would have preferred Kevin Owens, winning the match 1, 2, 3 clean and leaving. That is it. Nothing else. Why are you destroying every credible champion, not even champion, every credible wrestler? Like, I can't stand this anymore. I really can't. Not only do they book wrestlers and heels bad, but they book debuts from NXT terribly. Tyler Breeze, for an example, this is just one out of many. Tyler Breeze came from NXT as an absolute beast. He was having like amazing matches with everyone he was wrestling with, so they had high hopes for him. He comes to the main roster. His first match is against Dean Ambrose in a one-on-one singles match. Why? What was the point of that? You can't let him beat Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose needs to go, he was rising to the top at that point, but you still put Tyler Breeze in there just to lose and become irrelevant. You made Tyler Breeze irrelevant, and now he's with Fandango, and I personally like the team. Tyler Breeze is just one example. Another example is Neville. Neville did not do anything special until last night turning heel. That was the coolest thing Neville has done in the past 2 years. Triple H builds these guys in NXT so well, and then, you know what Vince McMahon does? He brings them up to the main roster and just destroys them. Destroys their confidence, destroys their credibleness, and I just can't. Like, I'm getting mad from talking about all this. I actually fear what will happen to Nakamura, Samoa Joe, and the Revival on the main roster. It's not going to look good for those guys, I'm going to be honest. Now let's talk about the women's division on Raw. Smackdown actually has a good women's division where they focus on other storylines and every female looks like a real competitor for the title. But Raw, on the other hand, what are they doing? Like, Sasha Banks and Charlotte has been feuding since July. Why are they still feuding in December? That's over. Wait, let me do the math really quickly, guys. You got this 7. That is over half of a year. And they keep flip-flopping the title back to each other. Apparently, Charlotte's streak at not WrestleMania, pay-per-views is more important than Sasha Banks winning. I say we're going to see these two fight for a couple more months until WrestleMania. And Bayley, what's Bayley doing? Nia Jax, Emma, you have so much talent. Even Alicia Fox, she's super underrated. But the women's division, I don't think anyone cares about it anymore. That women's title means absolutely nothing anymore. In my opinion, that title is a joke. Just like that entire division. And when I say division, I really mean Charlotte and Sasha only. So they just ruined an entire women's division. While Triple H, when he had those 3 women, and I'm talking about Bayley, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks on NXT, it was one of the hottest things going on. So where did it go wrong? And the final thing I want to talk about is the Cruiserweight division. Let's see, the CWC Cruiserweight Classic, Triple H held and ran that entire thing. And it was one of the most entertaining things of the year in the WWE. Like, they had so many great matches, and it would look like the Cruiserweight division coming to Raw would be one of the greatest things to happen. But the first night they came to Raw, I liked them. I liked the Fatal 4 we had, but over the weeks, it looked like creative just stopped caring. Like I said, Neville, I hope, can save that, but over the past couple weeks since they first arrived, creative just stopped caring. They stopped making storylines. They booked them terribly. They put them at the end. Usually, WCW put it in the beginning to get the crowd hyped for the rest of the show. You don't put it in the third hour when everyone's already exhausted, I guess they're trying to make people stay, but no, you gotta get the crowd hyped. The crowd by the third hour Raw is just like, bleh. And that's another thing, you see? The third hour Raw is so boring. There's too many hours of Raw. Maybe that's why SmackDown's better, because it's shorter. You want more every week. But Raw, you're just like, I'm just sick of this. Oh my god, I want to get some sleep, or I want to watch something else. I want to play some video games. I want to do some homework. Like, I actually resort to doing homework because Raw is that boring. I can go on for so many more hours, but I want to keep this video at 10 minutes. So let me know what you guys think of WWE. Do you think Triple H needs to run it like I do? Because Triple H, in my opinion, will run it so much better, will make it entertaining. Or do you think Vince McMahon is doing, just fine with it right now? If you really think that, then I don't know what to say, man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, follow me on Twitter at Pllana. Finally, check out my other channel, Official Life Facts, and I'll see you all later.